Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Uh, Flattering angle. I've got my shirt off. Now, I took my shirt off before realising that I was going to make this, so it's too hot to put it back on, so I do apologise, but and ignore this fucking thing. It's the worst place to get a spot. Looks like I'm getting fucking sniped. But I was making a video because I think with some of the stuff that I've spoken about on my channel, I do talk, not often, but I do talk about like unfortunate things happening and tragic things happening, and you know, people losing their lives and just things that I want to talk about because I want to give my opinion, and maybe I think like the justice system is screwed up or something. And this video is one of them instances. Now, this story's been out for ages. It happened a year ago, but it's only blown up recently because I think the footage was, or the body cam footage was released, and I think the perpetrator got fucking like charged for it, essentially. I'm talking, of course, talking about the Henry Nowak situation. I don't know if that's how you pronounce his name, Nowak or Novak. It's pronounced, it's spelt Nowak, but he's obviously foreign. I can't remember where he's from. Poland, I can't remember. But basically, I don't want to botch his name, but essentially Henry, let's just say Henry, got unrightfully murdered. And you're probably thinking like, oh, how do you get unrightfully murdered? Everyone's unrightfully murdered. Fair point. But what I mean is, he got stabbed by a fucking, where is he from? A man from another country. I don't know if he was an immigrant, or I think he was an immigrant, but he got stabbed by an immigrant. And basically, from what I've read, it was just unprovoked. He just stabbed him, right? Because he's a nutter. And his brother was with him. The perpetrator's brother was with him. So he says, oh, don't worry, I've got a plan to get us out of this, or to get you out of this. I'm going to tell the police, I'm going to ring the police right now. I'm going to tell them that he was being racist to us. So they call the police there. And of course, he's fucking bleeding out, right? Henry's bleeding out. And he's telling them, I've been stabbed. And one of the police officers says, I don't think you have, mate. How the fuck do you know? I know a different crime's been called in, but isn't it your duty to check at least? Like, what a fucking idiot. And now that mistake has cost a young boy his life. And I haven't read what's happened to the police officers. I hope they've been fired, and I hope that they have to serve some sort of punishment. I don't know if, I guess it would maybe, if neglect would be a crime for them. I suppose it would, because their duty is literally to serve and protect. So I would assume it would, but I don't know. I haven't seen anything come of it. But yeah, cost him his life, and it's just terrible, man. 15-year-old boy, and it's just disgusting that he was able to pull the race card and it worked. That's crazy. And if they have a conscience, then they have to live with that for the rest of their lives. The police officers. And the guy that did it, absolute degenerate, evil psychopath. Why the fuck is he in this country? I don't like to be the guy that goes, oh, fuck off immigrants and that. But when they've committed a crime, why would you not send them back? It's this country's too bothered with, like, protecting people from, but essentially what the law is, oh, it's too dangerous to send them back, so we'll keep them here. But it's too dangerous to keep him here. Do you know what I mean? And he's likely to die in prison anyway, like, from people that would probably want to get, like, some sort of revenge or something. I mean, he killed a little boy. Not a little boy, but a teenage boy. And I know they don't take too kindly to that in prison, so putting him in prison is also a danger as well. So, that logic's just silly. But yeah, as I said, I don't want to be the guy that pulls the immigrant card. I have no problem with immigrants, and I have no problem with immigrants coming over and, you know, like, working and actually contributing to the country. That's perfectly fine. But when you want to come to a country and abuse the freedom that's been given to you and act like an actual lunatic, it's crazy. And you don't deserve to be here if you're doing that. I think that's just common sense. I see a lot of people debating it on social media. It's of course spiked another war. Like, oh, don't let the colour of his skin sway your judgment or whatever. And it's just like, to me, there are a lot of people that are being racist, don't get me wrong. But to me, from what I can tell, a lot of the arguments and a lot of the points that they're standing on is pretty much, they are undocumented, we don't know anything about them, send them back. That's essentially what I'm seeing, right? Again, some of them are just using it as a ticket to be racist, that's completely understandable. But a lot of them are just, like, understanding that if you're undocumented and you go to a country, that country then knows nothing about you. They don't know what you've done back home. They don't know who you are. You could be like a fucking rapist in your country. You could be a pedo. You could be a murderer. And you've come over here and we wouldn't have the slightest clue because you're not documented. We don't have your passport. We don't have your DBS. We wouldn't know. And that's what I'm seeing people upset about. And I understand. I don't agree with them on sending every single one back, but I understand why they would be upset. And I think it's wrong for people to just immediately say you're racist, because it's not about race. If we went over and did that to another country and we went over and abused their laws, then we'd get the exact same backlash from the public of that country. It is only because our country is 10 times more free than the country that they're from. That's the only reason that, like, the argument can't be spun vice versa, because we can't go over there and abuse any laws because they're a lot less strict than we are. That's what I mean. They're coming over here and abusing how light it is. It's obviously a lot stricter over there, depending on where they come from, of course. But yeah, again, I'm not trying to be political. I don't stand for any political parties. I think they're all shit. And I don't have a bad view towards immigrants at all. I just know that there are risks with letting anyone in without documentation. That's all I mean. I don't have any problem with anyone regarding from whatever country you're from. I'll get along with anybody as long as you're not an absolute degenerate. And that's just common sense. But yeah, rip to Henry Novak. A really sad story. And yeah, that's it.